Animal Medical Center. Large or small, they take care of them all. Nate Towns, your keys to the game?
Protect the football. Know your assignment. Keep your mouths closed. And let's get on to next week.
Keep your mouths closed?
Yeah, well.
Well, it's funny you say that because
in games like this, things can get chippy.
You said that because Garden City last week, things kind of got chippy, and Sean Barrett just kept going, keep your poise, boys.
Right.
If you get kicked out, you miss next week's game.
Exactly.
So, I think Garden City was doing some baiting there last week, trying to get Great Bend to bite for it, but to give credit to the Great Bend young men, they did not do that.
Absolutely.
Keys to the game, once again, brought to you by Animal Medical Center. Large or small, they take care of them all. It's just about 7 o'clock, and it looks like we just had the coin toss. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff after this. You're listening to Great Bend Panther Sports powered by Equity Bank. They never forget, it is your money.
Hey, Panthers. This is Marcus Garstecki, president of Barton Community College. We're cheering you on and proud of all the hard work you've put into the game. Just like on the field, success takes dedication and teamwork, and Barton is here to help you score big in your future. Whether you're looking to start your college journey or learn new skills, we've got you covered. Go Panthers. Barton is behind you all the way.
This is GBHS alum Taylor Calcara, Watkins Calcara Law Firm. We are full of Panther pride and are glad to call Great Bend home. Your home for Panther sports is B1043 The Point, KVGB Great Bend. Go Panthers!
Back at Memorial Stadium, Great Bend is kicking off. It looks like they won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so Newton will receive the football. Newton dressed in their white uniforms, Great Bend in all black, white numerals trimmed in red, and Newton's white uniforms, they have brown numbers trimmed in a yellow. With the football teed up is for the Great Bend Panthers. That is Omar Razio. Football teed up at the 40-yard line, back deep for Newton as they are dressed in their traveling white uniforms. And little wind, game time temperature 63 degrees. Winds out of the southeast at about 10 miles an hour as Razio approaches the football and puts the right leg into it. It's a high spinning kick, and it's going into the end zone, so Newton will have the football 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Some of the people you hear about from Newton, quarterback Colby Espada. He's a 5'8", 130-pound junior. Kingston Henry is the fullback. He is 5'10", 172. The skill receivers, they have Matthew Weltzen. He stands at 5'11", 150. C.J. Buffalo, 6'1", 147. He's a senior. Jonathan Hill, 6'1", 171, a junior. And Camden Hessman, 5'4", 119-pound sophomore. As we talked about a little bit in the pregame show, Newton is undersized. 0-8 on the season as they come to the line of scrimmage, moving left to right, or that would be north to south here at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. Shotgun formation pass going down the field. It's looking intended to be overthrown. Looking for Jonathan Hill defensively for Great Bend. Cooper Omott in pass coverage. First pass of the game incomplete. Throwing the football this year, Espada is 61 out of 106, 568 yards, 58% completion rate, 4 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions as he misses on his first attempt here. 2nd down and 10. Handoff going to be knocked down for a loss on the play. That was Kingston Henry with the carry. So Henry knocked back by a couple yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for Newton.
That's going to be a tough road for them tonight to try and run in there with those big guys, considering how undersized they are.
Front line for Great Bend has been very good defensively, as it's now 3rd down, a loss of 2 on the play, just underway here in Memorial Stadium. Week 9 bracketed play. Some people call it the playoffs. I refuse to do that, and we have a timeout already, or we have a penalty on Great Bend. So Great Bend is marked off. It's an offense. It looks like it's off the sides against Great Bend. 5-yard penalty. That makes it a 3rd down and 7. Just underway here from GBHS's Memorial Stadium.
I didn't quite see what happened there.
I didn't either. That was all of a sudden everybody kind of stopped and they marked off 5 yards. In shotgun formation is Colby Espada. In motion goes Camden Hessman. The snap is high, but pulled down by a spotter. He takes off and runs. He gets to the 25-yard line, and then he's going to be.
Good pursuit to the football. I think we got the football.
Their ball is loose, and I think you are right, sir. Fumble on the play. So Great Bend will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Didn't see who knocked the ball away or who recovered, but that doesn't really matter. Great Bend has a 1st and 10. They're going to mark it at their 26-yard line. Good start defensively for Great Bend, and as you mentioned, Nate, it's going to be tough sledding up front for the Newton Railers, and it showed right there.
I think that's going to be our advantage up front offensively, too. I think we could really grind the clock if we wanted to because we could just lean on them.
Up front for Great Bend, Blaine Ainsley, Trent Kern, Carter Brown, Aiden Davidson, and Owen Kaiser, your front line. Dax Minton is your quarterback. He's in shotgun formation with 2 receivers split to either 3 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near. Ian Premer goes in motion. There's a little touch pass. He spins back out of a tackle to 30-yard line, reverses his field. He's inside the 20, inside the 10, going to be drugged down from behind about the 7-yard line. But Dax Minton with a little touch pass to Ian Premer, and that's going to go for about 24 yards. Great Bend has it first, can mark it at the 6. We'll give him a gain of 19. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
Whoever it was on that backside for them actually did a good job cutting that off and making him cut it back, but there was such a big wave of people going that way, he had a lane to come back to this side.
And Ian Premer did that well. 1st and goal at the 7. They're going to mark it for Great Bend, just underway here from Memorial Stadium. 2 receivers split to the far, 1 to the near. They're going to hand off to Jay Sharts. Sharts make a couple man miss. He falls inside the 5 down to the 3. Jay coming off of last week where he had 3 touchdowns and over 167 yards on 17 carries, and those 3 touchdowns will give him a gain of 4 down to the 3. 2nd and goal from there.
The front side linebacker kind of overplayed that, but the back one did a good job of scraping and caught him as he cut up the field.
I formation. Looks like Cale Kern is in the battle. That's Jay Sharts behind him. Mitten in shotgun formation. 2nd and goal. They're going to flip it out to the near side, and it's going to be caught in the end zone. Cooper Omont with the catch, and the Great Bend Panthers, with 9:33 to play in the contest, take the lead. It's 6-0 as they're able to capitalize on the Newton turnover.
That's good vision there by Dax, seeing where the coverage was. The kid was playing off. It's unstoppable right there.
Great Bend with the touchdown as the lights go on and off here, and they warn people coming to Great Bend about this. If you're sensitive to light, that may throw you off. Diego Soto on for the point after attempt, as it'll be out of the hold of Hayden Kelly. The snap is good and the kick is good, and with 9:33 to play in quarter number 1, Great Bend off quickly. It's 7-0. We'll take a break. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget, it is your money.
Keller Real Estate and Insurance Agency is proud to support this Panther broadcast. If you are looking for residential, commercial, or farm properties, turn to Keller Real Estate and Insurance Agency, 1101 Williams in Great Bend.
Dom Pipe Testing is proud to bring you live coverage of Panther sports. Dom Pipe Testing provides hot oil or steaming hydro testing and rack testing services in oil field and beyond. For quick, reliable service, call Dom Pipe Testing and go Panthers.
It's Panther football on B1043 The Point.
Great Bend scores at the 9:33 mark. They're up 7-0. It was a 3-yard touchdown pass from Daxton Minton to Cooper Omont. For Dax, that is his 14th touchdown of the season throwing, and receiving of the football, that is the 5th touchdown for Cooper Omont, as Omar Razio has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Good start for Great Bend, Nate Towns.
Yeah, I think you couldn't ask for a better start than that.
Get a turnover after 3 plays and take it in 2 plays.
Exactly.
Omar approaches the football at the 40, kicks it. It's a low spinning kick. This one's going to go into the end zone. And for the 2nd consecutive possession, Newton will start the possession at their own 20-yard line. 7-0 Great Bend, just underway from Memorial Stadium. Panther Sports brought to you in part by Magna Dry, Great Bend Recreation Commission, Dr. Chad Omont, and Rosenberg Family Dentistry. I think the big question in this one is, how long will Aaron Beck play the starters? I know that's a little early to talk about that, but
I think you get a comfortable lead and you start thinking about subbing.
Exactly. Shotgun formation for the white-cladded Newton Railers. Quarterback looking to the left side. That is Colby Espada. He is 5'8", 130-pound junior. As you heard in the pregame show, they actually had to use their fifth-string quarterback against Hutchinson and drug down in the backfield as making the play for the Great Bend Panthers. That was Connor Holiday. That's going to be a loss of couple on the play, and it'll bring up a second down, and they're going to make it a loss of 3, second down and 13. As the quarterback, Colby Espada, was drugged down by Connor Holiday in the backfield. Ball to 17-yard line. Newton will be moving left to right here against the black-cladded Great Bend Panthers. A lot of shifting going on now. On the second down and 13, snap is good. Espada throws it out, quickly caught out there by Kingston Henry. Kingston makes a man miss, is across the 20, spins out of a tackle, keep him fighting. He's out across the 25-yard line. And was there a flag over there? It's going to be a gain of about...
I saw something flash, but I don't think it was...
Like you, there was something that looked like... nobody's looking like there's a flag, so that's going to be a gain of 11 on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 2. Nice running there by Kingston Henry. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Everybody looking over to the far sideline and see what Taylor Couch wants to do on this 3rd down and short. As they're going to hand off to Henry. Henry is going to get close to the first down marker. According to the official coming in from this side, he's going to be about a half a yard short. So it's going to be 4th down and 1 and less than 1, and we'll see what Taylor Counts will do here.
At this point in the season, you got to go for it, don't you?
I would think so. You don't really have anything to lose. That's a gain of 2. 8:34 to play, first quarter. Great Bend on top 7-0 as Daxton Minton connected with Cooper Omont for the touchdown. All 11 players on the field for Newton looking to the far sideline as the play clock is down to 3, and looks like Newton is going to take a timeout here. And they didn't really try to draw Great Bend off sides there, but they just let the clock run down to 1 and utilized the timeout.
I think that was a little bit of let's show them a set, see how they're going to line up, see if we've got a play for it. And I think eventually when they come snap the football, if they do snap the football, which I would assume they're going to have to, they're either going to come out and punt or they're going to come out and try and draw us off sides at first, but they'll have one play that they saw out of that set, how we lined up to it, that they think they can get the first down with.
All righty. Panther Sports on B1043, brought to you by Delgado's Advanced Truck and Diesel, University of Kansas Health System, and Keller Real Estate. I know some volleyball going on in the area. I know Ellenwood has advanced. They will play tomorrow in the semifinals. Hoisington won their first match. I was not aware of how Great Bend has done yet. Maybe Sean Barrett can text us and let us know. Oh, we also forgot. I always forget this. The first score of the game, and we'll get this after this play here on this 4th down and 1. They snap it back, and Kingston Henry's going to be knocked down in the backfield. He didn't even come close to getting back to the line of scrimmage. So Great Bend, after starting their first drive inside the 25-yard line, they're going to start this one about the 22 on a big 4th down and short stop.
You might have been better off there just coming out in that set originally and running a play than wasting the time calling the timeout. I'm kind of befuddled by that call.
It did not work. We can say that much. All right, here we go. Great Bend with the football. It is going to be 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line, just underway from GBHS's Memorial Stadium. 8:15 to play, first quarter. It's 7-0 Great Bend. Great Bend perfect on the season thus far, 8-0, and winless Newton is 0-8. This is the 1-16 matchup. Minton back to pass, throws it down the field looking for Ian Premer. Ian has the ball in his hands, dropped it. I think the crowd was wanting a flag on the play, but it's going to be incomplete pass as Daxton Minton looking for Ian Premer right down the middle of the field.
He had him beat. It was a little bit, I wouldn't say necessarily behind him, but it made him slow up a little bit, and the defender got there, and he may have made contact with his hands early, but it was a good play, and it was bang, bang. I can't see him throwing that flag.
Okay. I thought it was a little bit behind him. I would say it was a little bit behind him, but 2nd down and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Shotgun formation. Minton pass on to the near sideline, called by Cooper Omar. Cooper makes a man miss. He's inside the 15, the 10, the 5, down the left side. I believe he stepped out of bounds and is going to mark it at the 3-yard line, I believe it was. Maybe down to the 1 as the lights start to flash, but he's going to be just short of the goal line as Daxton Minton with a little flare out into the flat here on the near sideline, caught by Cooper Omar, and he goes 26 yards to the 1-yard line.
Man, I really thought he tiptoed inside the pylon right there. Great block out here on the edge. I think that was Premer. He smoked the kid on our sideline.
He and Premer has a tendency to do that. First and goal from inside the 1 for the Panthers, as Minton will hand off to Jay Sharts, and Sharts is able to back across the white goal line into the black end zone, and the Panthers at the 7:57 mark are up by a score of 13-0 as we await the PAT.
Keep your shoulder pads low and keep your feet driving. Ride that wave right into the end zone.
And that's what he did for Jay Sharts on the season. That will be his rushing touchdown number 9, coming off his 3-touchdown performance of 1 week ago. As on for the PAT will be Diego Soto. He's been doing a good job since he replaced Omar earlier in the season. This one is high, and it's going to be above the crossbar in between the uprights. And with 7:57 to play in the first quarter, Great Bend's on top 14-0. We'll be right back with more from GBHS's Memorial Stadium. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your money.
Great Bend Ready Mix has been serving Central and Western Kansas since 1979. Their concrete pumping trucks are ready for a job of any size. Just north of the tracks on South Washington. Every solid foundation starts with a call to Great Bend Ready Mix. Find out more at greatbendreadymix.com.
Service from people you know. Quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Great Bend Panther football is on your station that rocks. B1043, The Point.
We played just over 4 minutes of this Week 9 bracketed game, and the Great Bend Panthers on top 14-0. They got a touchdown pass from Daxton Minton to Cooper Omot, and then Jay Sharts just able to capitalize on the turnover on downs by Great Bend. They go 27 yards, and Sharts scores from 1 yard out as Omar Razzo has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. As the wind at his back, he's put it into the end zone the first couple of times. It's a high spinning kick, and this one will drift into the black end zone as well. Hit the E in Great Bend, and it'll be in the great part of Great Bend, and it'll be Newton's football at their own 20-yard line, 14-0. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, and Great Bend quickly capitalized. Panther Sports brought to you by Dom Pipe Testing, Great Bend Ready Mix, and Kern Floor Service.
I think if you're Newton here, you've got to look to do something different, but with the passing situation, I don't know that they can.
They've struggled all year long. As I mentioned, they had their 5th-string quarterback against Hutchinson, as they now have receivers split to either side. As tries a fake pass, now there's a flag on the play. The pass is caught about the 20-yard line. He takes it up to the 27-yard line. That was Jonathan Hill, but the flag is in the area of holding, so we'll see what the officials decide here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but that was actually a pretty well-designed play. That's more something that you would look to have success with.
Their leading receiver on the season is Jonathan Hill. He has 21 catches, 223 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. They did not have anybody with more than 2 touchdowns all season long. It's just been a tough year for the Newton Railers, and they've had some struggles throughout the past few years in football. 10-yard penalty mark off against the Railers. That'll be their second penalty as they now back to the 10-yard line. A first down and 20. 7:51 to play in the first quarter. Great Bend on top 14-0. They fake the handoff, and there's a pass almost intercepted. Right there for Great Bend was Jacob Hall. We talked about him all year long. He seems to know where the ball is going to be before the ball does. Almost had the pick 6 there, but the pass is incomplete. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Nice job of reading that one by Jacob Hall. Newton in their white uniform. John Patterson, Jordan Goody, Jesse Stanley, Americ Torres, and Orlando Gonzalez up front. Gonzalez is the biggest lineman for Newton. He's 5'9", 200 pounds. Everybody else is under 200 pounds. On this second down and 10, 7:47 to play, first quarter. Shotgun formation, back to pass. Looking down the field, has a man open. It's going to be up for grabs, and there's Ian Premer with the interception. Ian at the 20, the 10, hits to the right pylon, and he will score. Ian Premer with the INT, pick 6. And just like that, the second turnover against the Newton Railers and a turnover on downs. Great Bend has capitalized all 3 times. They lead at 20-0.
Yeah, that was just a good job right there by Premer reading the quarterback's eyes. He was staring the receiver down the whole way down the field. It was pretty obvious where he was going with the football, and he made the play, and there was nobody left.
There was nobody even close. We'll give him, about 25 yards?
I would say so.
That was pretty close. A pick 6 as on is Diego Soto for the point after touchdown, and this one is good as well. And Great Bend on top, 21-0, 7:38 to play in the first quarter. So that time it took them 19 seconds between their last touchdown and that touchdown, and they now lead at 21-0 with 7:38. We're not even quite halfway through quarter number 1. We'll be right back to Great Bend after this. GBHS 21, Newton nothing. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget, it's your...
The future is bright. See it clearly with the help of the 10th Street Eye Care Center. Dr. Russell McCauley, Dr. Chad Premer, Dr. Nicole Miller, and Dr. Sarah Steeder are ready to help you. The 10th Street Eye Care Center on the sunny side of the Vision Corner, 10th and Washington. Great Bend.
I'm Chance Haney. For over 40 years, Mitchell K. Haney & Associates has been your trusted partner in Great Bend for comprehensive employee benefits. Medical, dental, vision, life insurance, and Aflac coverage. Call us today to protect your team and their families. Go Panthers.
The official home of Panther football is B1043, The Point.
Well, Ian Premer now has touchdowns rushing the football. He has touchdowns catching the football. He has a touchdown on special teams, and now he has a pick 6 defensively. I think the only reason he hasn't scored a touchdown passing the ball was the referee ruled the defender, the Great Bend receiver, out of bounds last week in the end zone. As this kickoff is taken right at the goal line by Newton, they come up the field. They do a couple of fake double reverses, and on the far sideline with a football, he's across the 30. Nice job of ball faking there by Newton, and they're going to have a 1st and 10 out near the 39-yard line. And now we do have
big time flags.
2 flags right there at the 34-yard line. And coming to the near sideline for Great Bend, clapping his hands, that was Dominic Price. So we'll see what happens. That was a couple fake handoffs, or I kind of lost the ball there, to be honest with you.
I
don't know
that it actually ever changed hands.
They just faked it, yes. I would agree. Well, unfortunately for Newton, it's going to be against them. So this will move the ball back. And instead of starting at their own 34-yard line, Newton will start this time at their own 24. And that's where they'll have it 1st and 10. And they've had 3 possessions now. They've fumbled the football. They've had a pick 6, and they also had a turnover on down. So Taylor Counts' long season continues here, down 21-0 against Great Bend, and we played less than half of the first quarter.
You got to give them credit. They're pulling out all the stops. They're trying to make something happen.
And they do play hard. That's what their coach, Taylor Counts, told me in the pregame show. They will play hard. They got the biggest number of football players in the freshman class, so he's hoping for good things as Kingston Henry gets the handoff from the quarterback, Colby Espada, and he gets back. They're going to lose a couple yards on the play. There was a Panther over on the far sideline trying to rip the ball out, but nice job by Henry to hold on to it.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at their last drive, looking up and down their roster. Shoot, they're 75-80% freshmen, sophomores. Yeah.
There is a flag on the play. It's going to go against Great Bend. So we'll walk to the south end of the field, and this is going to be a 15-yarder. And kind of what you talked about in the pregame show, Nate Downs, keep your mouth shut. I don't know what the penalty was, but it was a big one for 15 yards.
Yeah, you got to think that something was said. I don't know if it was to an official or to an opposing player, but something had to have been.
Ball at the 38-yard line for Newton. First and 10. Snap back. They hand off to Henry. Henry is able to get to the 40-yard line where he's going to be stopped there by a gang of Panthers. It looks good off the bottom of the pile for Great Bend. That was Aiden Davidson. So it'll be a gain of a couple on the play, 2nd down and 8 for Newton.
Just want to remind your guys here, like, hey, keep your head. Let's get out of this thing. We don't need to be having those type of issues in a game like this.
Ball, they gave him a 3-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 7. Ball just across the 40 as Newton moving left to right here. Looking over to his offensive coordinator for the Signals is the quarterback Colby Espada. He gets the snap. He's going to hand off. He fakes the handoff to Henry. He keeps it. He's across the 40 to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup for the quarterback there, Colby Espada. That's going to be good for about 5 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it 5. Thus far, Colby Espada, couple carries for 2 yards, and Kingston Henry, 5 carries and no yards thus far. Ball to the 44. 2nd down, 3rd down and 4. Stop gun formation, pass out in the, it's going to be all picked off. Cale Kern reaches high up, makes the catch. He's inside the 30 down to the 31-yard line, and another turnover by the Newton Railers. That is the 2nd interception thrown tonight. That is the 6th interception he's thrown all year, has Colby Espada, and Great Bend will have a 1st and 10 ball at the Newton 31-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback's pre-snap read there told him that window would be open, or he just didn't see Cale, but Cale was sitting right in that window, and all right, I'll go get the football.
And he reached up and grabbed it. He was injured for the first 3 or 4 games of the season. Actually scored his first touchdown of the year last year rushing. Ball at the 31-yard line for GBHS. They're moving right to left or south to north here with the wind at their back here in the first quarter. They're already on top by a score of 21-0. As Daxter Minton, shotgun formation, back to pass, comes to Cooper Omont. Cooper thinks about throwing, has a man wide open. Caught out there by the Great Bend Panthers. That's going to be Jacob Hall, and he will trot into the end zone as the Great Bend Panthers have capitalized again on another turnover by Newton, and they now lead at 27-0, awaiting the POT.
I feel like that's a little retribution from last week with the out-of-bounds call in Garden City on that touchdown. I feel like that one kind of
evens things out.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, we after further discussion last week, I think it was pretty obvious that the Great Bend receiver was in bounds as Diogo Soto puts the football between the uprights above the crossbar, and with 5:25 to play in quarter number 1, Great Bend leads it by a score of 28-0. We'll be right back to Memorial Stadium in Great Bend after this. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your money.
This is Nathan at GB Tarp Company. We specialize in roll tarps, camper skirts, and custom solutions tailored for your needs. Durable, reliable, made to last. When your tarp wears out, give us a shout. GB Tarp Company, carrying genuine Sherco parts and accessories. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, or at gbtarpcompany.com.
Chris Ramsey, your shelter insurance agent in Great Bend, is here to make sure you're covered with the right protection at the right price. From auto and home insurance to life, business, farm, and more, Shelter can cover it. Peace of mind is just a phone call away. Give Chris a call, 620-793-9390.
It's Panther football on B1043 The Point.
Cooper Omont throws the touchdown pass to Jacob Hall for Cooper. That is passing the football. That is his, let me see. I believe that might be his first touchdown passing the football for Jacob Hall. That is going to be his 3rd receiving touchdown. And with 5:25 to play, Great Bend on top by a score of 28-0. Slim crowd here on a Friday night. Plenty of activities. Like I mentioned, the Great Bend volleyball team is in action. This kick will bounce. It'll be picked up at the 8-yard line by the Newton Railers, and he has some yardage up the sideline, but we're going to have a flag thrown, and it looks like we're going to mark the ball back against the Newton Railers on the near sideline here.
Not real sure what that flag's for. It was in the area of where the play was made, but
going to be a hold. Well, it's going to be a hold against the Newton Railers. It's 28-0. We have 5:21 to play quarter number 1. Kind of looking like the Wichita South game, or Wichita North. was Olathe South, Wichita North. I'm confused. Which is not hard to do.
South, north, east, west. In those cities, it's hard to tell what school's what.
This is true. It was Wichita North. Great Bend beat Wichita North back on September 27th by a score of 61-7. Olathe South was one of the better games of the year. Great Bend won that one 26-14. Newton with the football. High snap was taken and going to be dropped in the backfield. A big loss on the play, as that was for the Great Bend Panthers. That was Michael Montoya, and he continues to shine anytime he is on the field. Michael Montoya, that's going to be a loss of, let's see, they're going to mark it back to the 5-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 13 on the play.
I didn't see exactly what he did there, but man, he got upfield fast on that fly sweep that they're trying to run.
Second down, ball spot at the 6-yard line, back to pass. A little screen pass. It's caught out there by Ryder Mapes, and he's out across the 15, close to the 17-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 16, so that's going to be a gain of about 9 yards. It's going to be third down, and we'll call it 8 from the 16-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4:19 to play. Quarter number one. Great Bend on top by a score of 28-0. It's back to pass. They're swinging out, and the ball. Nice job of catching the football out there by Ryder Mapes again, but he's going to be short of the first down sticks. He gets to the 19. He's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down, bring up a fourth down, and here comes the punting team. And this will be for the first time that Newton will actually punt the ball. They've had 3 turnovers, a fumble, and 2 interceptions, and a turnover on downs, and they will punt the football away this time, it looks like.
Yeah, number 13 there is trying to do his best impression of last night's football game. Garrett Wilson from the Jets making a one-handed catch there.
That was an amazing catch.
Oh, my goodness.
It's amazing how strong those hands are anymore, because you see a lot of those plays. The punt is away just barely as Great Bend went for the block, and now we're going to have a penalty against the Great Bend Panthers as they knock down the punter. Cale Kern was there along with Connor Holliday, and also for the Panthers, Trenton Kern, and one of them ran into the kicker. We'll see if it's a 5-yarder or a 15-yarder as the officials now talk things over. It is going to be a personal foul running into the kicker, so Newton will keep possession of the football as they trail at 28-0, 3:26 to play, quarter number one.
That's unfortunate. You're trying to get there, trying to make a big play, and, I mean, I hate to say it out loud, but maybe kind of seal the game right there if you block a punt, and then you just kind of get caught being a little too aggressive.
Well, Great Bend did block 2 punts last week in Garden City. It was a scoop and score by Jacob Hall, and then one they fell on the end zone. I think that was, they gave the credit to Michael Montoya for falling on the football, and I think we got some of the secondary, may be some of the second stringers at this point for Great Bend. Handoff going for the Newton Railers. He gets out across the original line of scrimmage to about the 36. It's going to be a second down and 9, carrying the football that time. That was Rudy Mapes for the Newton Railers. Mapes with a gain of a 1 on the play, bring up a second down and 9 as they're quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 36. Shotgun formation. Receiver split to either side. They're going to try to confuse people, but the handoff goes to Kingston Henry. There were 2 backs right there at the same time and kind of confusing people on which one was going to get the football, but they handed off to Henry, and he gets maybe a yard on the play, brings up a third down and 8.
I guess you got to look at screens, draws, something similar to what they had back there when they picked up that big second down play right here.
Colby Espada looking over to the far sideline for the signals from the head coach, Taylor Counts. It's going to be a third down. We'll call it an 8.5. The ball just across the 36-yard line. Snap is good. Now being pressured as Espada avoids one man. Now is going to be dragged down in the backfield. Give a sack to Great Bend's Owen Kaiser as Kaiser able to wrap up Espada and drop him for a loss on the play. Brings up a punting situation for Newton.
Well, I was wrong on what they decided to do. They decided to maybe try and take a shot, but with the pressure that Great Bend's been bringing all night, they just don't have time.
Loss of 1 on the play. Back to the 36. We'll give Owen Kaiser a sack or a tackle for a loss. Snap is good. It's a 1-hop back there, and it's going to be booted away, and it's going to be a short kick and out of bounds And not quite. I guess it hits about the 50-yard line and will roll inside the 45-yard line. So Great Bend will start this possession 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. We have 1:37 to play first quarter. Great Bend 28, Newton nothing. Panther Sports on B1043. The Point brought to you by the 10th Street Eye Care Center, Haney & Associates, Great Bend Tarp Company, GB Tarp Company, and Shelter Insurance, Chris Ramsey. How can I make that mistake with you sitting there?
It happens.
I'm sure it does.
I'm not 100% sure. I almost think Cale Kern, maybe he didn't get a hand on it, but he definitely disrupted the kicker's follow through there, or his swing. And I think that's why that football came out so odd.
It did come out odd, didn't it? 1st and 10 at the 42. Daxton Minton, shotgun formational handoff. Nope, he keeps it, and he's going to – okay, nice ball faking there by Daxton Minton, but he does not get very far. He's drugged down right at the line of scrimmage. Making the tackle was Jesse Stanley for Newton. Now we have a flag on the play, and that was after the play. That definitely was words from somebody, and it's going to be against Newton, as the man in the black and white shirt will mark it 15 yards into Newton territory. Ball will be spotted at the 43. So that's the big penalty against Newton, something they can ill afford to have.
Yeah, you got to think if you're their coach, you're over there going, guys, we can't afford to do that.
Okay, so it'll be Great Bend 1st and 10 at the 43. Final minute and a half of the first quarter. Great Bend on top by a score of 28-0. Minton, shotgun formation. Jake Sharts right behind them. 3 receivers split to the far. They fake the handoff to Sharts. Now Minton will scramble, looking for room. Has a man open over the middle. Cooper Omont at the 30 to the 25. Hits to the right pylon. He will score on the touchdown. 43-yard pass from Daxton Minton to Cooper Omont. Nice job by Daxton there to do some dancing around, and Cooper was wide open right down the middle of the field.
Yeah, Dax's scramble actually set that window up. It pulled that backer or safety that was sitting in that hole forward to try and get him as he was scrambling, and set that window up for Cooper to sit down in and catch the football.
43-yard touchdown pass. Second time those two have hooked up this evening, and it's now 34-0 with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Diego Soto on for the point after a touchdown, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Great Bend 35, Newton nothing, and we have 55 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. We'll be right back to Great Bend's Memorial Stadium after this. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget, it is your money.
The American Plains Co-op supports all of the students of USD 428 in academics, activities, and athletics. Your hard work pays off, and you represent our community so well. Backing every Panther every day, the American Plains Co-op. Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine is a sports medicine provider for Panther athletics. On the field or off, you can count on them to get your life back. Located at 4801 10th Street in Great Bend, proudly serving the community for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
Great Bend Panther football is on your station that rocks. B1043, The Point.
Back at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. Great Bend on top by a score of 35-0 as Daxton Minton hits Cooper Omont for a 43-yard touchdown pass. That is their second connection of the evening. They scored the first touchdown was Minton to Omont. That was for 3 yards. That was at the 9:33 mark of the first quarter. Razzo high kick. This one will take the return man back across the white end zone line. Goal line, and it's out of the back of the end zone, actually. This is where Newton will start 1st and 10 at their own 20, 35-0 Great Bend. So Great Bend had been able to convert on turnovers and turnover on downs. That time they took the ball from their own 43-yard line and able to score in a couple of plays on the touchdown pass from Daxton Minton to Cooper Omont, who was wide open in the middle of the field.
Well, I got to give a shout-out to my nephew, Crew Wells, down there trying to field that kickoff after it bounced out of the back of the end zone. Just missed his hands by a little bit.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, the ball boys here, I'm pretty sharp, but two of the three ball boys are coach's sons, so I wonder how that works. And I'm buried in the backfield. A loss on the 5 on the play as the running back for Newton, Kingston Henry, goes nowhere, and it's going to bring up a second down and 15. Unofficially thus far, I have Kingston Henry 8 carries, minus 17 yards. Ball back.
That's a rough night.
That's a rough night. You are correct. 2nd down and 15 from the 15 as we have the last play of the first quarter coming up here. As in shotgun formation, Colby Espada. He'll hand off to Henry again. Henry this time running hard, and there's a flag on the play in the area of holding. So we got one more play here in quarter number 1. 18 seconds to play. We'll see what they say. It's going to be a face mask against the Great Bend Panthers. So that will move the ball down the field. As into the game for Great Bend defensively will be Blaine Inslee back in. Inslee been rotating since the injury to Brody Schnoblin. They've been alternating defensively for the Great Bend Panthers on the front line. As Brody getting a little bit better. He was in a walking boot the other day, so we wish the best of luck to Brody Schnoblin. The only Panther serious injury thus far. 2nd down, hand off to Henry. He runs hard across the 25-yard line. Going to be spun down there and actually spinning him forward. That's going to be a gain of about 3 on the play. That was, again, Michael Montoya. He's a 6'2", 180-pound senior. And according to the information I've got, he just came out because he wanted to be with his buddies playing football, and he's done a real good job for Great Bend this year.
No kidding.
He plays hard. It is 35-0. Great Bend after the first 8 minutes as the clock hits zeros, and we're going to go ahead and take a break. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget, it's your money.
Plumbing and heating emergencies rarely happen between 9 and 5. That's why the pros at Comfort Pro are available 24/7, 365 to ensure your home stays warm and dry all year long. Comfort Pro is just a phone call away.
Buy or sell your home with confidence at Coldwell Banker Sell Real Estate. Your home sale experience should be simple and rewarding. And our agents at Coldwell Banker will make that happen for you. Call any of our local agents to help guide you home.
The official home of Panther football is B1043, The Point.
35-0 after 8 minutes. Alongside Nate Towns, I am Mike Hesher coming to you from Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. And as usually, I forgot to tell you that Robin Robinson was the winner of the Delgado's meal. She was able to call in or text in when the Great Bend Panthers scored their first touchdown quite a while ago at this point. All you got to do is text 620-639-6WIN and be the third texter, and you'll get your choice from the Delgado's menu. Hand off to Henry. Henry with a big run. He's out across the 35-yard line. Best play of the evening for the running play for the Newton Railers as they have a first and 10 out across the 35-yard line to the 37. Give him a gain of 10 on the play. 1st and 10 for Newton. Moving now as we flip the field. Hand off to Henry one more time. He gets to the 39, and he's going to be gang tackled there by the Great Bend Panthers. Jay Schartz up top for the Panthers, and I believe it was Trenton Kern down low making the tackle, giving a gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. 11:29 to play. Quarter number 2 just underway here, second quarter. 35-0 Great Bend. As Newton moving right to left now in the second quarter, or south to north, dressed in their white uniforms. They hand off to him. They faked it. They hand it off to Henry. Henry turns up right at the mid-yard line, not the midfield stripe, but the middle of the field. He's going to get a gain of about 3 on the play, bring up a 3rd down and 5. Well, nice thing, Henry is now back to 0 yards on 11 carries.
I was just going to ask, did that get him back above water?
Not quite above water, but he's dog paddling at this point. 3rd down and 5. Shotgun formation for Colby Espada. Has Henry off to his left. Back to pass. Shotgun formation, flips it out. And oh, nice. Ooh. It's going to be incomplete passes. They got that was Ryder Mapes that was in the backfield. He unable to make the catch, and it's going to be a 4th down for the Newton Railers as they will go back into punt formation.
That's good inside-out pursuit right there by number 51, Trenton Kern. Just chasing that thing down and being there. I don't think he would have caught it even if he wasn't there, but
they're going to go for it here on 4th and 5 from their own 42-yard line. And now we're going to have a flag on the play. Great Bend lineman pointing to the offense of Newton, and the officials agree, so it's going to be a 5-yard mark off against the Newton Railers. That'll back them up to the 36, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 10 we're 90 seconds into quarter number 2. Great Bend on top by that 35-0 count. Not a large crowd coming from Newton, as you might expect. Cold evening, and they're 0-8. Back deep for Great Bend. Couple of people, and this one they get it away, does the punter, and we're going to have a flag on the play, and it's going to hit short as it rolls dead at the 37-yard line. We'll see what the penalty marker is.
Got to be something with the guy running down the field to cover the kick over there, and whoever it was that was running down the field with him on our side. I don't really know what would have happened other than a hold possibly, but
they're talking about it, are the officials, and they're going to say it is holding against Great Bend. So that'll mark the Panthers back 10 more yards, and they'll start 1st and 10. Let's see where they mark this out. Great Bend on top 35-0. They pretty much scored in every way you can. They had a pick 6 by Ian Premer. A couple of touchdown passes from Dax Minton to Cooper Omont. Jay Sharks ran one in. And Great Bend 35-0. They scored at the 9:33 mark in the first quarter, the 7:57 mark, the 7:38 mark. That was Premer's interception 19 seconds after they had taken the 14-0 lead. Premer took it back on the pick 6, and Great Bend leads at 35-0 here. Early stages of quarter number 2, and Jay Sharks gets the football, and the handoff goes off the right side, and he's out across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain to the 32. That'll be a pickup of 5 for the Great Bend senior, Jay Sharks. Unofficially for Jace, 3 carries, 10 yards. Clock ticks under 10 minutes to play second quarter. Pretty night for football. The wind has died down, a little bit chilly, but we are the 1st of November, so what do you expect? We've been spoiled thus far, especially football. Friday nights have been fabulous this year. But Sean Baird always yells at me because he says, we're going to pay for that. You keep talking about that. Pass come out here by the Panthers. That's going to be Jacob Paul, and he gets out to the 40-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down, so the Panthers will move the chains. They're going to spot it out to the 42-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5. 1st and 10 for Great Bend as Dax Minton hits Jacob Hall.
maybe Sean's just a little more in tune with the football gods than you are.
Very well could be. He obviously knows a lot more about football than I do. I'll give him credit for that. There's no question on that one. As this wire in front of me keeps bouncing around, kind of starting to drive me a little bit nuts. It's for the streaming, and it's right in front of me. 42-yard line. Handoff going to Jay Sharts. He plants the right foot, cuts up, but a nice job defensively by the Newton Railers, making the tackle on that particular play. That was for the Railers. I have that
61.
60. I thought it was 69. Okay, that was Chris Botello. He's a freshman, one of the several freshmen, and he's 5'11" and 211. Stocky young man. So
he
lost a one on the play.
Did a good job of using his hands apparently on that play and shedding a block and scraping down the line.
4 carries for Jay Sharts, 9 yards. He does have that early touchdown. 2nd down, 11. Great Bend moving left to right. Here in the second quarter, they're up 35-0 with 8:25 to play. Minton back to pass, being chased out of the pocket now, throws down the field looking for Hall. Hall does a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air, makes the catch. There is a flag on the play. Jacob was spun down at the 32-yard line. We'll see what the call is, but the ball was in the air, and Jace kind of got spun around a couple times, but able to follow the path of the ball and make the catch. And it's going to be against Newton, so the play will stand. Dax Minton hitting Jacob Hall. That'll be a gain of, 26 yards.
I wondered if that wasn't what it was when they threw the flag, the way Jacob kind of spun around and was falling backward almost as he was going to get the football there. And I wondered if it wasn't maybe that he got tangled up with the defender and the defender grabbed a hold of him, and it looks like that must have been what happened.
I think you're right. 31-yard line for Great Bend, already up top, 35-0. Dax Minton, shotgun formation, takes the snap a little high, but he pulls it down and hands off to Jay Sharts, and Sharts just follows the center blade, Carter Brown, right up the middle. He's inside the 25 to the 24. That'll give him a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Unofficially for Jay Schartz, that's 5 carries for 16 yards thus far. Once again, Robin Robinson, winner of the Delgado's meal, 620-639-6946. You have to text that number, be the third texter, and we will do it again in the second half, the first time the Panthers score. Minton, shotgun formation. Back to pass, has a man open, going for Premer on the right side, and Ian makes the catch in the end zone. What a pass from Daxton Minton to Ian Premer, who did a nice job of adjusting and was able to make the catch in the right corner of the end zone. And Great Bend at the 7:09 mark go up 41-0. That was a 32-yard touchdown pass.
Man, that was just a great job right there by Ian running the fade. Dax throwing the fade. Nice little 3-ball over the top, had the defender beat, let his receiver go make a play on it.
Okay, what is the 3-ball?
Well, Sean would know more about it but
okay.
From my experience coaching quarterbacks, a 1-ball is like your slant ball, the heater.
Okay.
A 2-ball's a little loft to get over the backers. A 3-ball's the deep over the top ball.
I did not know that. Thank you. I've never heard that phrase before. The PAT by Diego Soto is good, and with 7:09 to play in the first half, Great Bend leads it by a score of 42-0. We'll be back to Great Bend's Memorial Stadium after this. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your...
The trouble with the future is that it keeps getting closer, which means regardless of your income or goals, it's important to begin developing a plan today. At Edward Jones, they like to look at your individual needs before anything else. Call Todd Armatist, Jim Vopat, Chris Sundahl, Jim Armatist, or Cameron Smith at Edward Jones Great Bend today.
This is Julie from the Fieldhouse, and we are a proud supporter for the Great Bend Panthers. At the Fieldhouse, we strive to provide space for our athletes to work hard and achieve their goals. Surround yourself with those who want to be great. Join us at the Fieldhouse, where our motto is leadership through athletics. So check us out at fieldhouse.com.
The official home of Panther football is B1043, The Point.
Great Bend on a 32-yard touchdown pass from Daxton Minton to Ian Premer. For Ian, that is his 8th reception of the year for a touchdown, and Great Bend leads it by a score of 42-0 as they continue to roll here, trying to move on into the, I will call it the first round of the playoffs. I know that makes people mad, but that's the way it is. A little ball faking again by the Newton Railers, and out across the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there as Jacob Hall helped him go out of bounds. Correction, that was Blake Stein, I believe it was.
They do a pretty good job with that little misdirection out of the return there. If you guys don't stay in their lanes perfectly and they get caught peeking at where they think the football's going, it's pretty easy to catch a seam like they just did.
27-yard line for the Railers. 42-0 Great Bend. 7:04 to play first half. As in shotgun formation is the junior quarterback Colby Espada. He'll hand off to Kingston Henry, and Henry is a sophomore, 5'10", 172. He falls forward to the 28-yard line, give him a gain of 1 on the play. Excuse me, that was Ryder Mapes on the run. He got the gain of 1. So he unofficially has 2 carries for 2 yards. Snap is high, but taken down by the quarterback, Colby Espada. He rolls out to the near sideline, throws the pass intended for Matthew Welton. It will go out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Newton Railers. Some of the sizes of the receivers, Welton is 5'11", 150. He's a senior. 6'1", 147-pound senior C.J. Buffalo. Jonathan Hill is 6 foot 171. They are just undersized all the way around the team.
Absolutely. They're undersized. You just mentioned a couple upperclassmen, but super young. I guess as a coach, you got to look to the future and think, man, if these guys keep playing hard the way they have been. And
the coach told me there's a handoff and spun down at the 30-yard line. That was Trenton Kern. That was were you a wrestler?
Yes, it was.
So that was the wrestling move, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes.
He just kind of spun him to the ground. So Kingston Henry, he gets a couple yards on that play, so it'll bring up a 4th down and 8, ball just at the 30-yard line. So Newton will go fall back into punt formation. Back deep for Great Bend is Cooper Omott. He's standing at the 37-yard line. Cale Kern almost pushed the up man into the kicker. The ball hits at the 40 and will bounce inside the 30 and roll dead at the 25-yard line. This is where Newton will start this possession 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard, or Great Bend will start this possession 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 5:48 to play. Quarter number 2. Great Bend on top by a score of 42-0.
That right there, it might be unnoticed by a lot of people, but the way the ball was bouncing and there wasn't ever anybody really close at first, if you're not keeping your poise like Cooper Omont was, you might get greedy there and go and try and grab that football and create a bad situation for them to get the football back and maybe score and take a little air out of your sails. That was a good job by him making a smart decision. Hey, let it go. We're going to score anyway.
The one thing about this Great Bend team, they are cerebral, as Aaron Beck likes to say. Hand off to Cooper Omont. He's up the middle of the field, breaks a tackle at the 35, and he's going to be brought down at the 37-yard line. Strong the running there by Cooper Omont. A gain of 12 on the play, brings up a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Cooper Omont, that's his first carry from scrimmage tonight. 12 yards, takes it out to the 37. Great Bend with the football, leading 42-0. 5.5 to play first half. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have your halftime stats. We'll also recap the scoring as Carter Brown leads the Panther offensive line to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they still pretty much have their regulars in there. That's Inslee, Curran, Brown, Davidson, and Kaiser. As Cooper Omont goes in motion, they swing a pass out him at the hash marks on the left side. He makes a move at the 40, falls to the 45-yard line. Nice tackle on the far sideline there by Kane Wise, a defensive back for the Newton Railers. That's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards. We're going to have a penalty flag on the play. Did not see that one. Going to mark Great Bend back 5 yards, it looks like. Or about 4 yards from the line of scrimmage. One of those where the penalty occurred about 6 yards down the field. So the ball is spotted at the 34-yard line.
Man, Ian Premer laid a heck of a block over there again on that.
.34-yard line for Great Bend. Moving left to right. Beautiful night for football. Fall-like weather finally here in the Golden Belt. On the first, and we'll call it 14, handoff to Jay Sharts. He's going to be drugged down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job defensively there by the Newton Railers, getting him off the bottom of the pile. That was Kason Horton for Newton. Gain of 2 on the play, out to the 36. Unofficially 6 carries and 18 yards for the Great Bend senior, Jay Sharts. As the clock will roll under 4 minutes by this time this play is snapped. 2 receivers split to the near sideline, 1 to the far for the Panthers. Snap was high, but pulled down by Daxton Minton. He hands off to Jace. Jace running hard, but he's going to be drugged down across the 35 to the 38-yard line. We'll give Jace a gain of a couple on the play. Bring up a 3rd down, and let's see, we'll call it. Is there another flag on the play? Everybody's kind of standing around. I guess not, but they say no gain on the play.
I thought I heard extra whistles, too.
That was weird. Ball to the 37-yard line. No gain on the play for Jace. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers. As Ian Premer will go in motion to the far sideline. Minton back to pass, setting up a screen. The pass is high. Cooper Omont able to go up, makes the catch, but the Newton Railers able to read that one effectively. And Cooper Omont with a gain just out to the 42. That's going to be a gain, and we'll call it 5 on the play. Bring up a 4th down and 5. They're going to spot it back to the 40. So that'll be just a pickup of 3 on the reception by Cooper Omont. And by my count, that is Cooper's 4th catch of the evening already.
Well,
now
right
there is a flag on the play. Boy, Aaron Beck down here talking to the side judge. Are they throwing the flags and I'm just not seeing them?
I didn't see one fly.
Or my eyes getting that bad? Holy moly. It's going to be a 5-yard mock-off against Great Bend. Well, that's going to be more than 5 yards. That's going all the way back to the 31-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it 15 for the Great Bend Panthers, leading 42-0, 3:15 to play in the first half. official swings his right arm. Clock rolls as once again Carter Brown, the 6', 280-pound junior, leads Great Bend to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation. Dax Minton, 3 receivers split to the near sideline. Daxton being pressured now, steps up, passes over the middle. Premer makes the catch at the sticks for the first down. He takes a hit by the Newton Railers, that was Clyde Thomas, a 5'9", 152-pound sophomore who put the hit on Premer, but Premer held on to it, and that's a first down for Great Bend out to the 47-yard line.
Man, that was a good job of Dax by moving his feet, climbing the pocket like that, getting up into that little window and getting that ball down there to Ian. I didn't even see the free safety until he came up to make the play. I thought Ian was free and clear.
They are small. I mean, Great Bend players down to our left, holding up the plays for the players. They rush to the line of scrimmage, only 4 on the play clock, as Dax Minton will get it off just in time. And the handoff, this going to, I believe that was Connor Holliday now in the backfield. Connor gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe fell forward for a yard, and it'll be a 2nd down and 9. First carry of the evening for Connor Holliday. 2nd down, 9. Ball spotted at the 48. Great Bend leading it big here. They've scored early and often here in the first half. 42-0, the final minute 45 of the first half.
At this point, you got to figure we're basically going to
run the
keep
ball.
Our
Cooper Omod takes the snap, puts it between his right arm and runs up the field. He has first down yardage to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 17 for Dax Minton. And he steps out of bounds on the far sideline right at the 35. That's where Great Bend will have a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 90 seconds to play first half. Great Bend on top, 42-0.
Yeah, you got to say we're going to keep our foot on the gas, but we're going to lean on those big guys up front to make some holes against those smaller guys now and burn some clock and get to halftime and hopefully through the second half.
Great Bend moving left to right, black uniforms, black helmets with a Red Panther logo. Swing a pass on the far sideline, caught out there by, that was Hayden Kelly, I believe. Hayden makes a couple of men miss. He's inside the 20. Nice running there by Hayden Kelly. He has a first down inside the 20 to the 18. That's a pickup of 7 for Hayden Kelly.
And right as I say that we're going to lean on the big guys up front and burn the clock, we throw a pass.
Well, they try to keep you guessing up here. Ball at the 18. 65 seconds to play. 42-0. Great Bend. Shotgun formation as Minton will hand off to Jay Sharks. Jay's in a big hole. He's going to dance into the end zone. And then we have an injured player over on the far sideline for the Newton Railers. But Dax Minton held it in the belly of Jay Sharks for quite a while. Finally let Jace take off, and when he did, he was wide open. A 17-yard touchdown run for the Panthers. They go up 48-0, awaiting the PAT. 17-yard touchdown run for the Panthers. Jay Sharks scoring, as now they will set up for the point after touchdown. Long snapper for Great Bend this year has been Jacob Hall. Holder is Hayden Kelly. The kick by Diego Soto is good. 49-0 Great Bend, 53 seconds to play in quarter number 3. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Panther Football on B1043 The Point. It's powered by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your...
I'm Car Andrews, class of 2035. Empire Realty is a proud supporter of Great Bend High School. When you're ready to buy or sell your home, call Empire Realty. My dad and the Empire team are ready to help you find your next home. Go Panthers!
The Great Bend Rec Center is a proud sponsor of this Great Bend High broadcast. And whether it be on the gridiron, courts, or the green, they would like to wish all Panther athletes competing this school year good luck. Go Panthers from the Great Bend Rec.
It's Panther football on B1043 The Point.
Jay Sharks' 17-yard touchdown run with 53 seconds remaining in the first half puts the Great Bend Panthers up by a score of 49-0, as they did have the nice completion out there to Hayden Kelly from Daxton Minton, but they did most of that drive on the ground. as Omar Razo will have the ball teed up. He'll kick off this time from left to right into what is a light wind here at GBH Memorial Stadium. High kick. This one's going to go back right at the goal line. The receiver stepped into the black end zone, and that says we're going to start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Newton. It's all Great Bend here this evening, 49-0, as they will play the winner of the Andover-Hayes game next Friday night. And if you don't know, Great Bend is the number 1 seed in Class 5A West. So all the games Great Bend plays will be here at GBHS Stadium. That'll be fun. No traveling for me.
It's pretty nice.
Until they get to the state title.
Hey, that's okay.
If they
I'll travel for that one.
I think most people would be willing to do that. I would agree with you there, Nate. Nate Towns in for Sean Bear tonight. Sean and Salina watching the Great Bend volleyball team play. Shotgun formation for the Newton Railers. Back to pass, and he's going to go down. He was looking to go deep, but in there making the tackle for the Great Bend Panthers. Let's see. I believe that is going to be Aiden Davidson with the sack. That's going to be a loss of about 6 yards on the play for the Newton Railers to bring up a 2nd down and 16.
He really pushed his way through 2 guys there. Just kind of dipped his shoulder on the inside and just ran past both of them.
Ball back to the 14. 18 seconds and counting here. They'll hand off to Henry. Henry right up the middle of the field. He's out. Ball is loose on the field, and it's recovered by a Panther at the 23-yard line. And the officials now point to the south. So Great Bend with another turnover, getting off the field with the football. I believe that was going to be Hayden Kelly with the fumble recovery. So Great Bend will have it. 11 seconds remaining in the half. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the 23, and we'll see what head coach Aaron Beck does here in this possession.
Man, I didn't see who it was, but that's great awareness of just pursuing to the football and coming in, punching it out late. And I assume we're going to kneel on the football.
You would think so, but you know what assuming does. So, now you're right. Good call there, Nate Towns.
I made one right.
You got a couple here right this evening. Come on now. Give yourself some credit. All Great Bend here in the first half in the 1-16 matchup on Class 5A West. Great Bend on top by a score of 49-0. We'll go to halftime now. The halftime show will be brought to you by Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management. Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget, it is your money.
Freedom Claims Management Incorporated proudly supports Great Bend Panther sports. Let the experience and dedicated staff at FCMI customize a health insurance plan that fits your business needs. Whether you're a large corporation or small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated has you covered.
Advanced Truck and Diesel is proud to sponsor this Great Bend High Panther broadcast. Good luck to all the Panthers competing this fall. Work hard, represent our community well, and remember, at Advanced Truck and Diesel, we swing the big wrenches.
Rosenberg Family Dentistry, proud supporters of Great Bend Panther Sports, provides top-notch dental care with advanced technology and expert training in implants and laser dentistry. Your smile is their priority. Rosenberg Family Dentistry. Get more out of life with a great smile.
Delgado's Mexican Restaurant, 10th and Stone Street, is a proud supporter of Great Bend High School Panthers. Delgado's open for lunch 11 to 1:30 and dinner from 5 to 8 Monday through Friday. And for catering, give them a call and taco about it. Delgado's.
The University of Kansas Health System in Great Bend is here to care for you and your family. From prenatal care and birthing services through hospice and end-of-life care, they're here for you. Their experts provide the care you need close to home.
Keller Real Estate and Insurance Agency is proud to support this Panther broadcast. If you are looking for residential, commercial, or farm properties, turn to Keller Real Estate and Insurance Agency, 1101 Williams in Great Bend.
Dom Pipe Testing is proud to bring you live coverage of Panther sports. Dom Pipe Testing provides hot oil or steaming hydro testing and rack testing services in oil field and beyond. For quick, reliable service, call Dom Pipe Testing and go Panthers. Great Bend Ready Mix has been serving Central and Western Kansas since 1979. Their concrete pumping trucks are ready for a job of any size. Just north of the tracks on South Washington. Every solid foundation starts with a call to Great Bend Ready Mix. Find out more at greatbendreadymix.com.
It's time for the Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management halftime show. We'll have a complete recap of first half action right after this message from Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management.
Ready to tackle that big project? Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management is your rock-solid partner in demolition and hauling. Right now, you can rent roll-off containers at a groundbreaking low price. Cleanup's a breeze. Fill it, and they'll take care of the rest. Plus, they can deliver more than 50 types of rock and sand right to you. Transform your space with just a call. Visit StoneSandCompany.com for inspiring before and afters. Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management, 421 Washington in Great Bend. Building your dreams from the ground up.
The official home of Panther football is B1043, The Point.
Back at GBHS Memorial Stadium alongside Nate Towns, I am Mike Hesher. Scored halftime. Great Bend on top by a score of 49-0. Great Bend got things rolling at the 9:33 mark. And folks, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take another break.
Care Center on the sunny side of the Vision Corner, 10th and Washington. Great Bend.
I'm Chance Haney. For over 40 years, Mitchell K. Haney and Associates has been your trusted.
Good job, guys. All right, you can bring the radio back. All right, and turn off the field. There's one that, now we want play-by-play on, right? Sister want to run sideline? It's working now. All right. Okay, good. Good job, guys.
Empire Realty, Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine, GB Tarp Company, and Freedom Claims Management. Panther Sports also brought to you by Coldwell Banker Megan Wells, Advanced Truck and Diesel, Next Tech, Stone Sand Company, Stone Waste Management, Rosenberg Family Dentistry, Sutherland's, Great Bend Ready Mix, Kern Floor Service, Magna Dry Cleaning Services, Shelter Insurance, Chris Ramsey, and by Mitchell K. Haney and Associates. Panther Sports on B1043 The Point.
Inside Great Bend's Memorial Stadium, I'm Mike Hesher. Our color analyst this evening is Nate Towns. We special thanks for Nate sitting in today for Sean Bear. Great Bend leads it by a score of 49-0. As I mentioned a couple times, Great Bend will take on I'm assuming Great Bend will go on to win this contest here in the second half. They will take on the winner of Andover and Hayes. Both those teams playing and at 4-4 in Andover tonight. Other matchups on the west, Hutchinson is playing Salina South. Liberal is at home against Bishop Carroll. Goddard Eisenhower is playing Emporia. Mays South is playing Salina Central. And a couple other games in the west. It is Topeka Seaman hosting Topeka West, and Goddard is hosting Valley Center. But more importantly for the people in the Golden Belt, it'll be Great Bend next week against the winner of Andover and Hayes here at Great Bend's Memorial Stadium. 49-0 Great Bend. And we've been told that there will be a running clock in the second half. You don't have to wait till the fourth quarter. So This should be a relatively quick second half for the Great Bend Panthers. And at this point, Nate Towns, you just want to get out of here with no injuries.
Absolutely. I think that's probably the talk you have at halftime. Hey, guys, we're going to go out here. We're going to keep our mouths shut. We're going to do all the things that we talked about at the beginning of the game, take care of the football, do our jobs, know our assignments, and let's not get hurt.
And as we talked about, do you play the starters the first series? Just to
I would assume that you probably give them one series.
Yep. And they'll get the Great Bend will get the football to start the second half. Ian Premer will go back deep along with Cooper Omott, along with Hayden Kelly back deep as they await the kickoff from the Newton Railers as we get set for the second half. It is just a beautiful night for football. A little bit chilly out there, but it is November 1st, so what do you expect?
It's great football weather.
It is football weather. That's, I don't like those September games when it's 84 degrees at kickoff. You're thinking, this isn't quite right, but it is what it is, as they like to say.
It's really bad if you're sitting in an unair-conditioned press box.
Well, we're supposed to be tough, right? Emerson Gearing will have the football teed up at the 40-yard line for Newton. They're in their white uniforms, brown numerals trimmed in yellow. The ball is in the air. It's a short kick as Ian Premer will get ahead of Cooper Omott, who makes the catch at the 5-yard line. Cooper right up the middle field. Now cuts outside the right hash mark. A flag on the play. And Cooper out across the 34 to the 35-yard line. And that's where Great Bend will have it 1st and 10. And we'll see, it's going to be a penalty against Great Bend, I believe. And you talked about the running clock. Nate Towns, it's still running. I mean, it runs. It might change for possessions and touchdowns, but that's about the only thing.
That's it, right?
Yep. So we will move quickly here. Problem is, it's kind of hard to get your commercial breaks in during these kind of games. Ball all the way back to the 11-yard line, so that's where Great Bend will start this possession. 1st and 10 at their own 11. Leading 49-0. They scored early and often. Let's see if we can get the lineup here for Great Bend. Looks like they have quarterbacking for Great Bend is Jackson Wandra. Aaron Beck said he might be handing the football off a little bit here because the second string quarterback for Great Bend was under the weather. So Jackson Wandra taking some snaps here as this handoff goes for about 3 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 7 for GBHS. Try to get, it looks like pretty much how the front line is still Carter Brown, Trent Kern, Aiden Davidson, Owen Kaiser, and Blaine Inslee. As Wandra, shotgun formation, he'll hand off. This one going to Josh Burney. Burney running hard. He's out across the 15, and they're going to mark it right at the 15. So Burney with a couple of carries here for 5 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for Great Bend. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Great Bend had a pretty good kickoff return, but the penalty marked them back to the 11. That's where they started the drive. Now this is a 3rd down and 6, we'll call it. The ball's at the 15. They got to get out across the 20. Jackson Wandra in shotgun formation this time. Nope, that's Wandra. He makes the pass out on the far sideline right at the hash marks, and a catch made out there for a little gain on the play. Making the catch, that was Cole Fancher. He's a 6'1", 160-pound senior. Going to have to work off the roster here, not just our sheet most of the time, so might be a little bit delayed in getting you some of the players' names, but we get you as many of those as we can as we move along here in the second half. Back in punt formation for the Panthers. Trent Kern back there punting this time. Cohen Raborti had been doing the punting the last couple of games, but there's a bad snap, and Trent picks it up, and now he's just going to try to run for it, and he's going to get out across the 10-yard line as Trent Kern. And now Trent goes down hard, but he's able to get back up. So Great Bend, bad snap on the punt. Was it a bad snap or Trent just mishandled it? Kind of both, wasn't it?
I think it was a little low, but it looked like it was fieldable. It just kind of short-hopped him, I think, maybe as he went to catch it, and
smart play. He just took off running, got out to the 11, but Newton will have it 1st and 10 at their own at the Great Bend 11-yard line as they try to capitalize on Great Bend's really first mistake of the evening. as we have 8:31 to play. The clock continues to roll. As we mentioned, it is a running clock here in the second half for Aaron Beck and the Great Bend coaching staff. Colby Espada, shotgun formation. Right off to his left is Ryder Mapes. And Mapes will get the handoff, goes right up the middle of the field, and he's going to be drugged back. He got inside the 10, but may give him a yard on the play. He's going to be manhandled there by Cale Kern along with Aiden Davidson. They're going to spot him inside the 10 to the 9.5 to bring up a second down from there.
They run into that same old problem. Hard to move the people up front when you're
outweighed by 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They are undersized, and the ball is bad snap, and the back goes down. That's going to be a loss of about 15 yards on the play as Connor Holiday able to make the sack. As the ball was it a bad snap? I was looking down.
It was kind of between him and the running back, and then they kind of fumbled for it, and it shot out of their hands.
Okay. Sometimes you look down at an inappropriate time.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure. It almost looked like, to me, that they almost tried to snap it to the running back.
Almost. A direct snap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was right between them.
Well, now it looks like Colby Espada is out of the game. And there's another, it's almost a similar play, and this time the officials blow it dead, as in at the quarterback position that time was Kane Wise. He's a 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. And the penalty is going to be marked off against Great Bend.
I wouldn't say that I could really blame their center for maybe having his snaps be a little off after this long of a game. Going against Big Owen Kaiser out there and weighing 185 pounds.
Third down and goal from the 19. There's a screen pass that's picked off. He was trying to get the ball to Ryder Mapes, and that is picked off by the Panthers. Can't see. It was Cale Kern that came up with the interception. So after a first and goal at the 6-yard line, the Panthers push Newton back, and then they come up with an interception, and they will take over on downs. The ball will be at the 25-yard line. We're halfway through the third quarter already. It is amazing how quickly it goes when it is a running clock. That is the third interception tonight thrown by the Newton Railers. As Great Bend pretty much still has, let's see, Carter Brown's out there on the offensive line. Looks like Owen Kaiser still out there. So he's going with the starting offensive line, but the skill people have changed as the snap back. And there's a handoff right up the middle to Josh Burney. Burney out across the 25 to the 26. As playing quarterback now, as we mentioned, Jackson Wanderer, the 5'10", 180-pound sophomore, is now coming in for Great Bend. That's going to be Gavin Maddox. He's a 5'8", 215-pound sophomore. Might get some of those subs as we move along here now. As a gain of 3 on the play. Second down and 7. Under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Great Bend moving left to right or north to south here at Memorial Stadium. Week 9 bracket to play. Jackson Wanderer throwing down the middle of the field, and it's going to be over ahead of one receiver and below the other receiver, and it's going to bring an incomplete pass, bring up a third down and 7.
I'm not sure if there was confusion there on that inside receiver and his route with where Jackson threw the ball, or if it was just from contact. He kind of ran into a defender, and he kind of ended up in no man's land.
Third down 7. Great Bend, black uniforms, white numerals, black helmets with the Red Panther logo, and Jackson Wanderer got Newton to jump, but they must not have invaded the neutral zone, as the officials now will let everybody reset. As the coaches down to our left for Great Bend signaling the plays to Jackson Wanderer. Now we're going to have, might have been delay game. We'll see. As the officials will mark off 5 yards against the Great Bend Panthers, who are on top 49-0, 3:47 and counting here in the third quarter. Think about the only time the clock stops in this situation is like the end of the quarter. I mean, what time is it? I don't have, let's see, what time is it? We have 8:32. We could be out of here by 9 o'clock easy. So you're going to have a short night there.
I guess so.
Mr. Towns. Snap back to Jackson Warner. Back to pass. Send up a screen. Gets it out to Bernie. Goes right through his hands. Incomplete. It'll bring up a fourth down, and we'll see what Aaron Beck will do here. I think he'll send on the punt team as we see Ian Premer come on the field along with Connor Holliday. Also coming back on for the Panthers is Hayden Kelly. And they're going to send Trent Kern back into punt formation, see if the Panthers can get this punt away. They were unable to do so last time on the bad snap and mishandled by Trent Kern.
I think maybe Jackson just couldn't quite get his feet set because he had a little pressure coming up the middle there and just kind of threw that out of reach of the receiver on that play.
Trent Kern's punt, not a very good one, but he got a great roll out of it. Hit about the 35-yard line of Great Bend and rolled back into Newton territory. Newton will start this possession 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Great Bend on top by a score of 49-0. Clock rolling with 2:20 to play in the third quarter.
Still comes out to be a pretty good net punt.
It does. That's about a 15-yard roll. That's all that matters. I don't care how pretty it is. Just make sure it's effective. Let's see what the Newton Railers are doing now offensively, as Colby Espada was not in on the drive last time and now running with the football. Let's see, that is going to be Cole Kirtley. He's a 5'8", 196-pound freshman. He gets a couple of yards on the play. Oh, he lost a couple. Bring up a 2nd down and 12 with 1:45 to play third quarter. As Josue Bustamante in on the tackle. Okay, handoff coming to Henry. Henry stumbles across the 50, then falls hard into the 47-yard line. Still running hard. That was Kingston Henry. And now we have a Newton player a little shaken up, laying on his back between the numbers and the hash marks right at the 50-yard line.
I think maybe he got stepped on as Henry went up kind of over the pile there, and I think maybe he stepped on his own guy.
We're going to take a break with a chance. 1:22 to play. The clock will stop for the injured player. 1:22 to play third quarter. Great Bend on top by a score of 49-0 over the Newton Railers. Panther Sports on B1043 is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your money.
This is Julie from the Fieldhouse, and we are a proud supporter for the Great Bend Panthers. At the Fieldhouse, we strive to provide space for our athletes to work hard and achieve their goals. Surround yourself with those who want to be great. Join us at the Fieldhouse, where our motto is leadership through athletics. So check us out at fieldhouse.com.
I'm Car Andrews, class of 2035. Empire Realty is a proud supporter of Great Bend High School. When you're ready to buy or sell your home, call Empire Realty. My dad and the Empire team are ready to help you find your next home. Go Panthers!
The Great Bend Rec Center is a proud sponsor of this Great Bend High broadcast. And whether it be on the gridiron, courts, or the green, they would like to wish all Panther athletes competing this school year good luck. Go Panthers from the Great Bend Rec.
Looking for the best carpet, upholstery, and tile cleaning? Magna Dry Cleaning Service is your go-to in Great Bend. They also handle water and fire restoration and job site cleanup. For a cleaner, fresher home or business, visit us at 18th and Main. Magna Dry Cleaning Service, your clean begins here.
Yep, I read it right.
Sutherland staff and knowledgeable experts can help you plan any project. When it comes to home improvement and building materials, remember Sutherland's of Great Bend, a proud supporter of Panther Sports. Sutherland's helping America build it better since 1917.
Freedom Claims Management Incorporated proudly supports Great Bend Panther Sports. Let the experienced and dedicated staff at FCMI customize a health insurance plan that fits your business needs. Whether you're a large corporation or small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated has you covered.
Great Bend Panther football is on your station that rocks. B1043, The Point.
Your player for Newton was Camden Hessman. He's a 5'4", 119-pound sophomore. As he mentioned, looked like he was stepped on. And as we return to play, the pass dropped out here by Jonathan Hill. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 for Newton. They're at the Great Bend 47-yard line. Panthers on top by a score of 49-0 alongside Date Towns. I am Mike Hesher as we come to you from GBHS's Memorial Stadium. Snap is high, but it's pulled down by the quarterback. That is now in the game at quarterback. That was Cole Kirtley. He's a freshman quarterback. and his pass is incomplete, a little bit short of the intended receiver. So on the turnover on downs, Great Bend will get the football at the 47-yard line. And how would you like to be the clock timer in this game? In the second half, you just let the clock run.
Push go.
That's right. And that's probably going to be the end of your third quarter. As the clock continues to roll, Great Bend is in no hurry to run any plays. As they all kind of walk over, they will circle around Aaron Beck in his black hoodie with the red sleeves down in front of us. Great Bend on top, 49-0. It was a scoreless third quarter. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter after this. Panther Sports on B1043, brought to you by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your...
Advanced Truck and Diesel is proud to sponsor this Great Bend High Panther broadcast. Good luck to all the Panthers competing this fall. Work hard, represent our community well, and remember, at Advanced Truck and Diesel, we swing the big wrenches.
Rosenberg Family Dentistry, proud supporters of Great Bend Panther Sports, provides top-notch dental care with advanced technology and expert training in implants and laser dentistry. Your smile is their priority. Rosenberg Family Dentistry. Get more out of life with a great smile.
Delgado's Mexican Restaurant, 10th and Stone Street, is a proud supporter of Great Bend High School Panthers. Delgado's open for lunch 11 to 1:30 and dinner from 5 to 8 Monday through Friday. And for catering, give them a call and taco about it. Delgado's.
It's Panther football on B1043 The Point.
Wanted a back to pass again, looking down to the near sideline. Pass is incomplete. Nice adjustment there by Alec Premer, but he's unable to come up with the catch. It's going to bring up a second down and 10 for the Panthers, just underway here in the fourth quarter. And Nate, you had a pretty good point there between the third and fourth quarters about the handshake line.
Yeah, I think on the sideline, the guys that are coming out of the game now that are taking the tape off their wrists and whatnot, you're reminding them, hey, still business till we're through the handshake line.
Calvin Gilkison out there. He's a 6'2", 160-pound junior for Great Bend. He's a wideout. As Jackson Wander takes the handoff, takes the snap, hands off to Josh Burney. Burney across the midfield stripe to the 49-yard line. That's will bring up a third down. We'll give him a gain of 4 on the play. So Burney with a pickup of 6. Unofficially, I have Josh with 4 carries now for 14 yards. Bring up a third down. We'll call it 6. Ball just on the Newton side of the 50-yard line. So we'll call it the 49. And as I've said, it's amazing how quick the game will move now with that running clock. 10:35 to play fourth quarter. Great Bend on top 49-0. They scored early and often in the first half. And off to Burney. Burney's able to shake off a couple of tacklers and then lost the football. And it's going to be recovered by the Newton Railers as Josh was battling, trying to keep those feet turning, but the ball was stripped from him. And the Newton Railers come up with the loose football, and they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like somebody came in late, just kind of swatted right down on his arm as they were trying to tackle him and just flipped it out from underneath his arm, and they recovered it.
Coming off the field, try to get some of those new players in there. Brady Menendez was in there. He's a 5'10", 200-pound offensive lineman. He came off the field. We'll just try to get as many players as we can mentioned here. Brody Postawait, 5'9", 5'10", 150-pound freshman. He's helped carry up my equipment. And I also have to give credit to Xavier Johnson. He carried up my equipment today as the snap back, a handoff going to Henry, I believe it is, and Kingston Henry running hard. He's into Great Bend territory at the 49-yard line where he will be knocked back. And the thing about Xavier Johnson, he carried up my equipment. He didn't walk up the stairs. He ran up the stairs with that equipment. I was impressed.
Won't catch me doing that.
No, it's just hard enough to walk up those stairs at this point. He said that's a track thing. I said, okay. Gain of 2 on the play for Henry. Second down. And a ball just inside the Great Bend 50-yard line or the midfield stripe. Catch made on the far sideline, missed tackle, and still on his feet inside the 35-yard line on the far sideline. As the Newton Railers here doing a little, that's going to be a first down, a pickup of, we'll call it 14. As I missed who made the catch. I believe the catch was made over there by Matthew Weltson.
Great job by the defender to get back up to his feet after he kind of missed the tackle and chase it back down and help run him out of bounds.
Deepest penetration thus far by Newton as they hand off, and right there to make the tackle in the backfield for the Great Bend Panthers. Nice play there by Brady Menendez, the 5'10", 200-pound freshman made the tackle. And now we have a injured Newton player again as, let's see, the official standing right in my way. I can't see who it is. Can't tell if he's on his back or not. But we're going to take another break.
On his side.
Okay, well, we'll just go and keep it right here. A chance to tell you that Great Bend Sports on B1043 brought to you by Advanced Therapy, Comfort Pro, Coldwell Banker, Scott's Welding, and Equity Bank. Great Bend scored early. They scored in the first quarter as they went up at 7-0 at the 9:33 mark. That was a 3-yard touchdown pass from Daxton Minton to Cooper Omott. That made it 7-0 after the Diego Soto point after touchdown. And then Jay Sharts would score on a 1-yard run of 1 yard, obviously, in the 7:57 mark. Great Bend was up 14-0. But then a pick six by Ian Premer. He would go in from about 25 yards out. Don't have official numbers on that one yet. That made it 21-0, and we were less than halfway through the first quarter at that point. And then we had a Cooper Omott to, and we got correct on this one. It was Hayden Kelly off the pass from Cooper Omott at the 5:25 mark. That made it 28-0. We're still midway through the first quarter. And then Great Bend would get a Minton to Cooper Omott pass with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That made it 35-0. That was a 43-yard touchdown pass. And then Great Bend will get a second Minton to Omott touchdown pass. This one going from 32 yards out. See, that was the Minton to Premer. That was the one. He made a catch in the end zone on a 3-ball. Is that
Yes,
what?
sir.
A 3-ball. I remember
3-ball.
things. All right. That made it 42-0. And then right before half, Jay Sharts scored on a 17-yard touchdown run. That made it 49-0. That's where we're at halftime, and that's where we're still at here with the injured player still down on the field.
I thought initially he was laying on his side. He landed on his stomach. Looked like maybe he landed on the football to me. I would have thought maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him, and it looked to me like he was turning to his side, but now they got him laying flat on his back.
And
with
there
his
is
knees up.
and there is a crowd of people around him. One more time, we'll tell you, Great Bend will take on the winner of the Andover Hayes High game. That is being played in Andover this evening. That game next week will be here at GBHS's Memorial Stadium. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock, I'm guessing. I think it's a 150-mile rule, so neither one of those schools is more than 150 miles from Great Bend, so it should be a 7 o'clock kickoff. The other matchup on the bracket for Great Bend, they would play the winner if they would get by that game. Then it's Hutchinson, Salina South, and Liberal, Wichita, Bishop Carroll. Those are all on the top half of the 5A West bracket, as they're still attending to the young man on the field. It is 49-0 GBHS. As let's see. Okay, Jim Mazunas, if you're listening, no way. Last week he told me on the way to Garden City, he texted me, Great Bend 42, Garden City 6. That was the final. So he nailed it. Now he's texting me. He said 49-0 for this game. Okay, Jim, I didn't get a text. You got to prove
Take it easy, Nostradamus.
You're going to have to prove to me that you made that prediction before the game started. And it looks like going off the field, that was Ryder Mapes. He was the 5'9", 145-pound junior being helped off the field. And if you can prove it to me, Jim, I'll give you all the credit in the world. So do you want to take a shot on the election coming up on Tuesday, Jim? We'll see how brave you really are, young man. Ball at the 35-yard line, 8:26 to go, fourth quarter. Great Bend up big. It's 2nd down and 12. As everybody's set after a couple injured players here for Newton in the third and fourth quarters. Handoff going to Henry. Henry running hard. He's back at the running back position. He barrels down to the 30-yard line. Mapes had been taking over, but with Mapes out, Kingston Henry, who got the start, back in there for the Newton Railers. That's going to be a gain of 5 on the play, bring up a 3rd down and 7. Unofficially for Kingston Henry, I now have him 14 carries for 9 yards.
You got to give him credit. they're still playing hard. He's still running the football hard. Their line's still trying to get up to backers and do their job up front. They're just undersized.
I got to call out my man Xavier Johnson on the field now as he helped me up. There's a sack in the backfield as making the tackle for the Great Bend Panthers. I believe that was Brady Menendez again. That's the second sack for Brady Menendez. He's coming on and played quite a game here for the Panthers. As that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play, bring up a 4th down as Great Bend trying for a shutout here this evening. They shut out Hayes earlier this year. A couple of games ago, gave up 6 points to Garden City, 7 to Liberal. Buhler scored the most points against Great Bend this year. That was back on September 20th when Buhler lost by a score of 43-26. Ball at the 40-yard line. 4th down and 16. Under 7 minutes to play into the contest. Back to pass. Ball down the middle. Man's wide open at the 25-yard line. Makes the catch, and does he spin forward for the first down? I believe he's going to have the first down. Catch made out there by Jonathan Hill, and he was kind of spun forward by the Panther defender, and that gave him the first down.
Yeah, he just kind of sat down in that soft spot of the zone right there.
As
safety was a little bit delayed getting over the top, and the corner was sitting down low, and we just didn't quite get there.
Gunnar Fisher into the contest for Great Bend, a 5'8", 180-pound junior. Handoff this time going to Henry. Henry stiff arms the man, cuts upfield at the numbers, and is inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 4 on the play. Halfway through the 4th quarter, 6:02 and counting. Great Bend up 49-0. Let's see, that's a gain of 4. So Kingston Henry now 15 carries for 13 yards. Ball at the 20. This time the quarterback will keep it. He has a big hole. He's inside the 15, runs over a man at the 11, and falls forward to the 10, making the tackle there for Great Bend. That was Bo White, a 5'10", 165-pound junior. Nice run there by the quarterback for the Newton Railers. That was Cole Curley. I was told Cole Curley wouldn't play, but he sure is in there.
He brings a load at 5'8", 196. That's a pretty large fella for Bo to be taking on there.
Give him a gain of good enough for a first down. The ball to the 10 and hand off to Henry. Henry battling. He's down to the 5 where he's going to be knocked down. Getting off the pile for Great Bend. That's going to be, I'm going to remember his number by the end of that. That's Brady Menendez. Now Newton will quick snap it here with under 5 to play as they're trying to get into the end zone. Hand off to Henry. Henry battles his way through 3 or 4 Great Bend defenders. He's down to the 1-yard line. And that's where it's going to be 1st and goal for the Newton Railers with 4:35 to play in the ball game. As into the lineup for Great Bend, that's going to be Xavier Johnson. As the quarterback, Cole Curley, will take the snap, and into the end zone for the touchdown is Xavier Henry. And the Newton Railers on the board for the first time this evening. That makes it 49-6 as we await the PAT by the Newton Railers. Guess I better write that down, shouldn't I?
And their kicker might be ice cold.
As I say, he had to kick off to start the second half. And this PAT is up, and it's good. So it's now 49-7. That was a 1-yard touchdown run by Xavier Henry. And on the season for Xavier Henry, that is going to be his second rushing touchdown. And with 3:39 and counting, it's a 49-7 mark for the Great Bend Panthers. As it is amazing how quickly the clock moves when you don't stop it, even for touchdowns, only for injuries and between quarters. Approaching 9 o'clock alongside Nate Towns, I am Mike Hesher. Glad you're spending part of your Friday evening with us. Hope you're back with us next Friday as Great Bend will take on the winner of Andover Hayes. I feel comfortable saying that now as the clock rolls under 3 minutes to play. It's so weird to see the clock running when nothing's happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You don't happen to have any connections through the radio to have any idea what the score of that football game
Hayes and Andover. Yeah. I thought about seeing if I could, and I don't do the social media thing. I'm sure I probably should, but it was kind of nice last week in Garden City. The Great Bend coaches were listening to the Hayes game on streaming, so they were able to keep us updated, but they are not near us here at the press box at GBH Memorial Stadium. Have the football teed up at the 40-yard line. That's Emerson Gehring. He approaches it, swings the right leg, and it's a low liner. It's a spinner, and it's going to be taken by the Panthers back at the 14-yard line, moving quickly up the field and diving out to the 25-yard line. That was Hayden Kelly. So the Panthers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play. Unless of a turnover, this will probably be the last drive of the contest for the Great Bend Panthers and for Newton as well. Ball at the 25-yard line. Great Bend taking their time as, let's see, offensively up front now. Looks like Gavin Maddox is in there. Also, Josue Bustamante is in there as well up front. And let's see who the quarterback is at this time. It has been Jackson Wandra, and handoff going to the Panthers. Let's see. That was running the football. I believe that was Max Steffen. That can't be right. He's coming onto the field now for the Panthers is going to be Alec Premer. 1:13 to play, 49-7. A gain of 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. I believe Jaden Prilling is your quarterback. He hands off and out across the 25-yard line to the 27 on a 2nd down run. It was Max Steffen earlier. Thought I saw that number right. It is Jaden Prilling. He played in the Wichita North game as well. He was 1 out of 1 for 17 yards. He did rush the 1 ball for 5 yards. Also in for Great Bend now, Gavin Gilkinson back in. Up front, let's see, we have number 25 seconds. Could be the last play of the game here. 3rd down. They're just going to run it forward with Jaden Prilling. He falls to the 25-yard line, and that's how your contest will come to an end as the clock will tick down to triple zeros here. And Great Bend will win this one by a score of 49-7 as they now will go through the handshake line. And as you mentioned, Nate Towns, don't say anything. Just get to the line. Helmets on.
Mouths closed.
Just get to the locker room and celebrate and worry about who you're playing next week. Final score in this one, once again, the Great Bend Panthers on top by a score of 49-7. They advance in the playoffs, and they are now 9-0 on the season. Great Bend with a big win tonight. They scored early and often and come away with that 49-7 win as they will take on the winner of Hayes and Andover next week here at Great Bend's Memorial Stadium. We'll start the postgame show now, as the postgame show is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust. And Panther Sports is powered by Equity Bank. They never forget it's your money.
Great Bend Ready Mix has been serving Central and Western Kansas since 1979. Their concrete pumping trucks are ready for a job of any size. Just north of the tracks on South Washington. Every solid foundation starts with a call to Great Bend Ready Mix. Find out more at greatbendreadymix.com.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
The future is bright. See it clearly with the help of the 10th Street Eye Care Center. Dr. Russell McCauley, Dr. Chad Premer, Dr. Nicole Miller, and Dr. Sarah Steeder are ready to help you. The 10th Street Eye Care Center on the sunny side of the Vision Corner, 10th and Washington, Great Bend.
I'm Chance Haney. For over 40 years, Mitchell K. Haney & Associates has been your trusted partner in Great Bend for comprehensive employee benefits. Medical, dental, vision, life insurance, and Aflac coverage. Call us today to protect your team and their families. Go Panthers.
This is Nathan at GB Tarp Company. We specialize in roll tarps, camper skirts, and custom solutions tailored for your needs. Durable, reliable, made to last. When your tarp wears out, give us a shout. GB Tarp Company, carrying genuine Sherco parts and accessories. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, or at gbtarpcompany.com.
Chris Ramsey, your shelter insurance agent in Great Bend, is here to make sure you're covered with the right protection at the right price. From auto and home insurance to life, business, farm, and more, Shelter can cover it. Peace of mind is just a phone call away. Give Chris a call, 620-793